I'm Jackson,
And I'm Michael.
and we are bringing you The Rise.
Our show featuring what happened in and around the Pueblo Academy of Arts.
The Rise is brought to you by 6 Hour Video Production. Today we're going to be showing you the hard efforts of 6 Hour Video Production in the form of their first segments.
Hey Jackson, what's your favorite food?
My favorite foods are nachos or burgers. What about you, Mike?
Mine is pizza. Speaking of favorites, let's see some favorites around the school.
Hi, I'm Isabella, and I'm here with Miss Gallegos with your favorites of the week. Hi, Miss Gallegos. What is your favorite sports team and why?
My favorite sports team is the Atlanta Braves baseball team.
Yay!
And they're my favorite because I've watched them ever since I was a little girl with my grandparents.
Well, that's so sweet. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm here with Antonio Sanchez, and this is the favorites of the week. What is your favorite sports team and why?
My favorite sports team is the Buccaneers, and because they're a really good team and because of the quarterback, Tom Brady.
Okay, thank you. That was very good, Antonio. Have a nice day. I am now here with Mr. Prashada from the 6th grade hall. What is your favorite sports team and why?
My favorite sports team is the Denver Broncos because they're a Colorado team. They give a lot of money to support different things around Colorado, especially kids' sports, and that's our home team.
Thank you, Mr. Prashada.
Thank you.
Hi guys, I'm here with Alicia, and this is favorites of the week. What is your favorite sports team and why?
My favorite sports team is the Raiders because I like the colors.
Okay, thank you. You guys want to do another 8th grader? What time is it? We got to be back by 8:15. I'm here with Restart. I forgot the name. You guys are worse now, so you don't have to do it when we're out there. Okay, Era, you're not. Era, stop!
That was a really dope segment. Thanks for that, Taya, Nevaeh R, and Haley.
It's pretty hard with the pandemic. How did you adapt to it?
I adapted by getting more active around the house and playing more video games.
Hey Jackson, you want to see how other people adapted to the pandemic?
Let's do this.
Is teaching different this year with everyone back?
Yes, it is. Teaching over the computer isn't easy because you really can't engage with students and get close to them and kind of go up close and tell them, hey, this is how you do something, and kind of get them going. You're across town and you're sleeping, and it's really tough.
Teach at PA.
Well, I've been teaching on the south side of Pueblo for the last 36 years, and it's my home, and I enjoy the students here at PAA, and it's fun to come here every day and just work with everybody.
COVID affected my everyday life because it affected me by playing sports. I can't play sports no more because of COVID.
How did you do during quarantine?
I just stay inside all day, practice my dribbles for basketball.
How has the school year been for you?
It's been good. I've been getting good grades and all that.
Why did you choose to teach at PAA?
So I chose to teach at PAA because they had just become an arts integration school, and that was something that I was really excited to come here and do, and to be a social teacher and be able to include arts into the historical part of it. So one reason why I came here. It's one reason I stay here too.
Hi, I'm Aubrey. Who are you?
I'm Mr. R. I'm the 8th grade ESS teacher here at PAA.
That is really cool. I have one question for you.
Lay it on me.
What did you do during quarantine?
Every single morning, I woke up, I poured myself a bowl of Frosted Flakes. I said to myself under my breath, they're great, and I went about my day. And that's what I do every day still. Life didn't change.
Yeah.
No, keep it rolling. This is good. Ask the question again.
Wow, those are pretty interesting. Now, Mike, how do you feel about the school's community?
I feel like our community is nice and cool. Want to take a look?
Yeah.
I'm going to be interviewing Miss O'Brien. Question number 1. Tell us a cool story from middle school.
Well, I think my best stories from middle school are when my students in drama actually performed our melodrama. We had such a good time, and the kids were awesome and fantastic.
That's good. Question number 2. What are some of your best memories from high school?
Well, I was in the honor choir for state, and I was able to perform with students from all over the state. And we did a concert up in Fort Collins and just had a blast. We spent a whole weekend, and all we did was sing.
Okay. Question number 3. Do you still talk to some people you went to school with?
I talked to a lot of people I still went to school with when I was younger. We've always kept a tight friendship. It's been nice, and I never thought that we would, but we've kept really close.
Question number 4. What was something that inspired you during middle school and high school?
My inspiration during middle school and high school was my dad. He was a teacher, and he taught graphic arts. And he always said, be true to yourself and do the best you can, and you will go far. And so that inspired me to keep going.
Okay. We'll be interviewing Mr. Avinia. Question number 1. Tell us a cool story from middle school.
Well, I went to Heaton Middle School, which is laid out just how this one is. I guess not a cool story, but kind of like an interesting story was when I was in 6th grade. I was so excited to have gym class finally, and because I was really athletic, and I ended up getting pneumonia, walking pneumonia, and I couldn't have gym for a whole semester, which was a bummer. And so I had to sit in their learning commons for a whole semester because something was wrong with my lungs. So, bummer, huh?
Yeah. Question number 2. What are some of your best memories from high school?
From high school, my best memories are just hanging out with friends and then also playing baseball. I played baseball for both Centennial and for East High School. And so that was just my best memories from then.
Question number 3. Do you still talk to some people you went to school with?
I do. I talked to, let's see, who did I go to school with? My 2 best friends, Nick and Steve. I still talk to them. We're still really good friends from, I think we met in 7th grade. And I think there's a couple of other people who are teachers now that I went to school with that I talk to every once in a while.
Question number 4. What was something that inspired you during middle school and high school?
So I had a really cool computer teacher back when I was in middle school. It was before the internet. It was before like color monitors. His name was Mr. Casalino, and he inspired me to be a computer teacher.
Today we will be interviewing Alyssa. Question number 1. What's a cool story from middle school?
A cool story from middle school? Yeah. When we start messing with Tillman and Bob.
Oh my god. Okay, question number 2. What are some of your best memories from elementary school?
From elementary school?
Yeah.
When we would go on all of our field trips in 4th grade.
Yeah. Question number 3. Do you still talk to the people you went to school with?
Yeah.
Okay, and last question. What's something that inspired you during middle school?
Something that inspired me was some of my teachers, because they really pushed me.
Hey Jackson, what flies without wings?
I don't know, Mike. What does fly without wings?
A helicopter.
That was pretty funny, but not as funny as some of these mind bogglers by Matilda.
Hi, Miss Moats. I'm gonna ask you a riddle today.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. What starts with a T, ends with a T, and has a T in it?
Tater tot.
No. The answer is a teapot.
Nice.
Miss Granum, we're gonna ask you a riddle today.
All right, let's hear it.
What can eat a lot of iron without getting sick?
How about rust?
That's correct. Puffer, we're gonna ask you a riddle today.
Oh yeah? I'm excited.
Okay, so what can be touched but can't be seen?
Hearts.
That's great. You got the answer. Good job. Okay, we're gonna ask you a riddle today.
Nice.
Okay. If eggs are 12 cents a dozen, how many eggs can you get for $1?
If eggs are 12 cents a dozen, how many eggs can you get for $1? That doesn't sound like a riddle, that sounds like a math problem. Well, let's see. So 8 times 12 is 96. So that's 96 cents. So 8 dozen eggs, 96 eggs. What's the riddle?
So the answer was 100 eggs at 1 penny each.
Oh. Okay, but they are sold in dozens. So the answer is 96. I'm right. Okay?
You get an A for effort.
I get an A for being awesome.
Yes.
A for awesome.
A for awesome.
A for awesome.
That's good. So we're gonna ask you a riddle today.
All right.
What has a head and a tail but no legs?
Head, a tail, and no legs. A coin?
Yep. Yay. Good job. We're gonna ask you a riddle today.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so Danube, Rhine, Amazon, Nile, Thames, Ganges, Hudson, and Rio Grande. What are all of these?
Rivers.
Good job.
Yay!
Thank you. Wait, I'm sorry.
Do you ever wonder why the teachers do what they do? Mike?
Yeah, actually I do quite often.
Well, so have some of the students in 6-hour video production, and they found out.
What subject do you teach? What subject do I teach? English, language arts, and strategic literacy for 7th grade. Why did you choose this subject to teach? Because that's what kind of drove my passion for when I learned to love language, into education, and so I want to share that love first. What high school did you go to, and what was their mascot? I went to Bright Star Secondary Academy. It's in Los Angeles, California. The mascot, I believe, it changed a bunch of times while I was there. It was Stars, and then it was Eagles when I left. What middle school did you go to? It was the same part of that school. It was called Stella Middle, also in Los Angeles, California, and I believe the mascot was a griffin. What college did you go to? So I graduated at University of California, Santa Cruz. It's in California, Santa Cruz. It's a beautiful school. Go Banana Float. Thank you.
What subject do you teach?
I teach 7th grade ELA.
Why did you choose to teach this subject?
Because I've always loved reading and writing, so I wanted to share that passion with my kids.
What college did you go to, and what was their mascot?
I went to CSUP, and it was Thunderwolves.
What middle school did you go to?
It was a long time ago, and I went to Keating Middle School.
What was middle school you like?
In middle school, the classes were a lot bigger. We probably had about 40 students per class. All the kids did their work. We never had conferences. You got a report card every 9 weeks.
Thank you. What subject do you teach?
History.
Why did you choose this subject?
because I love everything about the United States history.
What college did you go to?
CSU Pueblo.
What was their mascot?
Oh, a wolf.
What high school did you attend?
Sam Rayburn High School in Pasadena, Texas.
Thank you. What subject do you teach?
I teach digital media and video production.
Why did you choose these subjects?
Well, I kind of feel that these subjects chose me because I've always been interested in technology ever since I was little. I would take apart like my little radios and stuff that my dad would give me, and I had some really cool computer teachers growing up, so I kind of like fell into the subject.
What college did you go to?
I went to this one right here, University of Colorado.
What was middle school Mr. Avina like?
Oh man, I would like to say he was a really cool kid, but you know, I didn't have many friends. I think I was maybe like a shy kid. Maybe it was the mullet that I had. So yeah, I think I kept to myself a lot. I was really focused on my schoolwork, and I really didn't, become athletic and doing things outside of academics until high school.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What subject do you teach?
I teach English for 8th grade.
Why did you choose this subject to teach?
I studied creative writing actually in college, so it's my area of focus and it's what I like to do.
What college did you go to and what was their mascot?
I went to DePaul University in Chicago and their mascot is a blue demon.
What was middle school you like?
Middle school me was kind of a nerd. I played a lot of sports. I did basketball, volleyball, and softball.
Thank you.
Right now I'm an arts integration coach, but normally 7th grade social studies.
Why did you choose to teach this subject?
My degrees are in history, and I think it's the only, no offense to the other teachers, the only interesting subject in school.
What college did you go to and what was their mascot?
So I went to the University of Dresden in Germany, and then CSU Pueblo. And what was the other question? What I majored in?
Yeah.
History and psychology.
What was middle school you like?
Say again?
What was middle school you like?
What was middle school me like? I was an athlete. I kept to myself. I always did my hair every morning for 5 hours. That's all I remember about middle school. That's all I remember about middle school.
Do you teach?
I teach. Okay, so it's a little confusing because I switched in the middle of the year this year, but I teach leadership and now PE.
Why did you choose these subjects?
PE because I absolutely love being active. I was an athlete growing up, so PE just fit me as a person. And then leadership, I love being able to guide and support kids to be the best version of themselves.
What college did you go to and what was your mascot?
I went to Colorado State University of Pueblo, and they're the Thunderbirds.
What was middle school mascot?
So middle school, when, oh God, that's like back in the day. So I went to Heaton. Middle school Mrs. Goddard was student body president. I was a student athlete. I love to be involved. And yeah, that's who I was.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey Mike, didn't you play a sport for PAA?
Yes, I did play football for PAA. Speaking of sports, you want to take a look at some coaches and head captains for the first semester sports?
Yeah, definitely.
How did your season go and how's it going?
Pretty good. We're done with the season.
How did COVID affect the team in the season?
It didn't affect me, but it affected some of my players.
How?
Just made them sick. Couldn't run.
What are your scores?
We're 4-2 beginning the season. We're 4-3.
What is the challenging aspect of being a player?
Being a leader to everybody else. That's the most challenging thing. Keeping everybody motivated, keeping their heads up. Thank you. Have a good day. Thanks.
This is Trayvon Mills, aka Big T. How did your season go and what were the scores?
The season went well, winning 4 out of 3 games. I can't really tell you all the scores. All I can tell you is that we won.
What was the most challenging aspect about your season?
The most challenging aspect about the season was if we had enough players. Sometimes only 13 kids showed up, and sometimes it was a full team. It was really hard throughout the entire season.
What was the most challenging aspect about being a player?
Most challenging aspect of being a player is, since I'm a lineman, now is my position, most challenging part of being a lineman is holding your block. Because if no one blocks, you're going to get yelled at by your teammates. And that's not really the best thing, you know? It hurts.
Thank you and have a good day.
Holy cow.
How did your season go?
Season went great. Girls had a lot of fun, and I had a lot of fun coaching them.
What place did you take?
Both teams ended up losing to go to the championship.
What was challenging about the season?
Probably the most challenging part to any season is making sure girls stay eligible. The weather is always challenging for softball with rescheduling of games. And obviously COVID is a big challenge in sports right now.
How did COVID affect the team and your season?
I had 2 girls that were exposed and had to wear masks for a certain amount of time. And then at the end of the season, I had 1 girl quarantined. She wasn't able to make team pictures. And that was a big bummer.
What is a challenging aspect of being a coach?
Being a coach, just making sure that you try to get everything done in a certain amount of time, so that the girls not only learn fundamentals, but then learn how to work as a team and just be a cohesive unit. Good.
This is Maddie and she plays softball for the school. How did your season go and what were your scores?
Our season went well and we overall took 3rd.
That's good. How did COVID affect you and your team?
Our COVID affected our team by doing certain things together, like dugout wise, and you couldn't really get the full experience as you would.
Okay. What was the challenging about your season?
The challenge about my season was trying my hardest and trying to keep up, because the game moves really fast and you have to take it slow by slow.
Okay. What was the most challenging aspect about being a captain or a player?
The most challenging aspect was trying to keep my team together and prepared, when they get down on themselves, to pick them back up.
Thank you and have a good day. This is Miss Knight and she's an 8th grade science teacher. How is your season going, or how did your season go?
Our season, so I'm the assistant coach for cheerleading, and our season is going great. We didn't have cheerleading last year because of COVID, so it's a restart of the program. Mrs. Sid is the main coach, and she is absolutely rocking awesome. She is so skilled. And so I'm just helping her kind of with paperwork and logistics, and so far so good. We had tryouts a couple months ago. We've been at the boys' football games, and now tonight is going to be our first basketball game.
Thank you. How did COVID affect your team and your season?
Yeah, so COVID affected it really bad last year because it basically just canceled the whole thing. Now, so far this year, COVID, it caused us to get started a little late, so that has affected things because our uniforms aren't going to get here anytime soon. But we're still rolling with it, and I would say it's affected our practices just because the girls have to wear masks during practice, and that's kind of exhausting. And so that's the number one thing. But other than that, right now, I mean, COVID is, we just keep soldiering on. We just keep moving forward.
Okay. What is the most challenging thing about your season?
So the most challenging thing about the season, I think, for the girls is that so cheer is a sport, and they have to cheer at every sport. So they don't have a season. They cheer all year long. So that's one thing for them, for their schedules. They're booked, they're busy. And so that's one of the challenges, but I think that's a cool challenge. It's an opportunity to just be everywhere and just be awesome.
What is the most challenging thing about being a coach?
For me, so for me, the challenging thing about being the coach is I actually was never a cheerleader, and I'm not a cheerleader. So it's a learning experience for me, but it's no problem at all to be an assistant to Mrs. Sid. So I guess some of the challenges for me personally are it's at the end of the day, and I'm already exhausted. I'm super tired, but I got to push forward because the girls are pushing forward.
Thank you and have a good day.
Thank you so much.
How is your season going?
Good.
How did COVID affect the team?
By having to wear masks in practice.
What was challenging about the season?
We don't get to go to all the games.
What was the challenging aspect of being a cheerleader?
Making sure your moves are tight.
How's your season going?
They're going pretty good. I mean, we had to cancel stuff here and there, but overall it's going pretty well.
How did COVID affect the team?
COVID affected our team because we wanted to do so much fun activities, but due to COVID, we had to cancel all of them. So that was really a bummer for all of our team.
What was challenging about the season?
What was challenging about the season is learning new stuff on the set, and the dances, remembering all the stuff, remembering all the cheers and stuff.
Okay. What is challenging aspect of being a cheerleader?
Challenging aspects of being a cheerleader is probably remembering all the dances and stuff, and making sure you actually know them.
That's it.
This is Mr. Colson, and he is the basketball coach. How is your season going, and what are your scores?
It's going good. Varsity is 3-0, and junior varsity is 2-1.
Okay. How did COVID affect your practicing time and tryouts?
It really hasn't affected practice or the games yet.
Okay. What is the challenging about your season?
Getting players to develop their skills.
That's always hard in every sport. What is the most challenging aspect about being a coach?
Trying to keep everybody happy.
Thank you, and have a good day. This is Mr. Rosales with basketball. Are you head or assistant?
I am the head JV coach, which makes me the assistant varsity coach.
Okay. How did your season go, and how is your scores?
Our season is going pretty well. Right now we're 2-1. Our first game was very much a learning experience, but we've had 2 great games since then.
That's good. How did COVID affect your practice and your tryouts?
Luckily, it hasn't. So we keep our fingers crossed and our masks up.
What is the most challenging thing about your season?
The most challenging thing would be time. We are having to take the kids out a little bit early because D70 won't work with us on time. If they would move the games back just a little bit, our kids could spend the whole day in school. So other than that, it's okay.
Yeah. Do grades affect your playing and practicing time?
Very much so.
Okay.
Very much so. We do grade checks every Monday, and we're going to lose players, unfortunately, because they're not quite taking care of everything they should off the court like they do on the court. So Coach and I are working towards getting all of our players to take care of what they need to on the court and off the court.
What is the most challenging aspect about being a coach?
Not getting too involved. You see these guys come out and you see their growth from day one to the last day, and it's almost like they become your sons a little bit. So you have to really guard yourself from getting too involved with them. But other than that, we have a great group of guys. They're committed. We're committed, and it's starting to show on the court.
Thank you, and have a good day.
All right, you guys have a good day.
Those are pretty cool, but now here's a joke. You walk into a restaurant and there's a line of people waiting to punch you. Yeah, that's the punchline.
That was a good one. But you think those are good? Wait until you see these jokes by Gavin's group.
What's over where? Gonna be got it?
He's smiling.
This is so dumb. How is she so stupid?
Now you have to skip to a random part in the video.
That wasn't allowed. That was not allowed.
Okay, keep going. Keep going.
And then try not to laugh at you. Try not to laugh. That's
Which one are you on?
That was allowed, right?
Right, 2 or 3. I'm the one. I'm the director. I'm the director.
What's over where?
You're right.
What's over where? Gonna be got it?
Here's a left here.
Thanks, Arthur.
Trying. Strike one.
I pooped my pants. Bro, you're so bad, bro. You don't even do this.
Please tell me about the Strike 2!
This is the consequence for the Try Not to Laugh challenge. I was the director and I just wanted to take some beans. First bean, it's either gonna be spoiled milk or coconut. Coconut. Buttered popcorn or rotten egg? popcorn.
Oh. You're getting lucky, Johnson. Eventually, your luck will wear off.
Booger or juicy pear?
There's no way that you can use your legs
Pear! I ain't lying, my guy.
I have this at your car.
Nah, I said I was taking 4. Dead fish or strawberry banana smoothie? 4 in a row, baby.
I'm Gavin, the editor, and I laughed 3 times. Okay, this one will either be dead fish or no, barf or peach. I sure if I barf, we're cutting right now. I can't tell right now. The flavor hasn't kicked in yet. I honestly cannot tell. On some parts of it, it tastes like peach. On other parts, it tastes like barf. If they could get on the... Okay. This one will either be spoiled milk or coconut. I don't like either one. I feel like when you do the Bean Boozled challenge, you're supposed to know. I genuinely cannot tell which one this is. I don't... I ate the Hot Pocket 2 seconds after taking it out of the microwave. Now I can't do the Bean Boozled challenge. Last one. This one will either be dirty dishwasher or birthday cake.
He got a bad one.
It tastes so bad. Still stuck on my teeth.
Don't spit it out. You can't spit it out.
Hot jokes on you when you plug your nose, your voice, and it sounds really funny, but you also can't taste. SpongeBob!
Wow, that was pretty funny, and the Bean Boozled look of some of the people at the end was pretty funny. But now that's the end of our show.
I hope you liked all the first segments of PA 6 Hour Digital Media.
Thank you, and see you next time.